Good morning, students. I welcome you all to this online commerce class. Let us see the next lesson in Unit 4, Chapter 10, Recruitment Methods. These learning objectives of this lesson. What are all concepts you will be learning in this lesson? To enable the students to understand the meaning and definition of recruitment process, sources of recruitment and recruitment methods, and recent trend in recruitment. These are all the learning objectives of this lesson. Yes, what is recruitment? See the meaning of recruitment. Recruitment is the process of finding suitable candidates for the various posts in an organization. So any organization, it needs human labor to function. So the process of finding the suitable candidates for the various posts in an organization is called as recruitment. It is a process of attracting potential people, that is, who are efficient people, to apply for a job in an organization. It acts as a link between, a bridge between job provider and the job seeker, that is, one who needs job. They are called as a job seeker. It encourages the prospective employees to apply for the job. Then the organization scrutinizes the applications received and the suitable candidates are shortlisted for selection. Scrutinizing, analyzing, checking of all the application forms and then shortlisting the candidates. So this is called as a recruitment. Let us see now the definition for recruitment given by Edwin B. Flippo. What he says is, it is a process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating and encouraging them to apply for jobs in an organization. It was a definition given by Edwin B. Flippo. Let us see the reasons behind recruitment. Why we have to recruit? Why any organization they have to recruit the persons or give jobs for the people? Why? There are different reasons why vacancy arises. They are retirement of an employee. If any person is getting retirement, in that place, for his place, you have to search for a new person. Death of an employee. If any of the employees dead suddenly, then his post has to be filled. So the HR will be going for a new person. Then resignation of job by an employee. If any person resign his post, then we have to find a new person. Disablement of an employee, unfit to be in the organization. Dismissal of an employee. If the managing directors or the board of members, if they dismiss any of the persons, then in order to fill those vacancies, we have to go for a recruitment process. See the recruitment process. This recruitment process includes the various steps. The first step is planning recruitment. How to conduct the recruitment process? We have to plan first of all. Next, determine the vacancies. Calculate the number of vacancies. Identify the sources. Identify from which source we can call the persons for interview. Drafting information for advertisement. Give advertisement, various advertisement in multimedias. You have to draft the advertisement first of all. Next, selecting the suitable mode of advertisement, facilitating selection process, and last one, evaluation and control. These are the various recruitment process in the human resource development. Look at the chart given, the sources of recruitment. Sources of recruitment. So there are two types of sources through which an organization can recruit its employees, namely internal sources and external sources. This external source is again classified into two: direct sources and indirect sources. Let us see about these in detail. Let us see some of the internal sources of recruitment. First one, transfer. The simplest way by which an employee requirement can be filled is through transfer of employee from one department with surplus staff to the another department with a deficit staff. Where there is a more people, more laborers, those persons can be shifted to other area where the laborers are in shortage. Next, upgrading. Performance appraisal helps in the process of moving employees from a lower position to a higher position. Each and every organization will have an appraisal at the year end. Based on this appraisal, the employees will be shifted from lower position to a higher position. Next source is promotion. Based on seniority and merits of the employees, that is whatever the performance done by any of the employee, they are given opportunity to move up in the organizational hierarchy. That is promotion. I hope you all know what I mean by promotion. Next is demotion. It is just the opposite of promotion. Movement of employee from a higher position to a lower position because of its poor performance continuously. To make him realize the significance of performance, a particular person will be given demotion. Next, recommendation by existing employees. If the existing employee is recommending for any persons, maybe a family member, a relative or friend of an existing employee, those persons can be recruited in order to satisfy the existing employee. Next, job rotation. One single employee managing to learn how to perform in more than one job on rotation. This familiarizes the employees with all kinds of job performed and he becomes a source. He can be used at any time, at any place when the need arises. Next, retention. The retiring employees, even though the persons are retired, and if the performance are really good and if it is liked by the management, then those persons can be used to meet the requirement after superannuation as per management discretion. Next, retired employees. The employees who have already retired can be called to fill the vacancies as they have the required qualification and experience. That is calling up again the retired well experienced person. Next, dependents. The legal heir or the dependent employee may be given a chance to replace the deceased. Suppose any of the employees being dead during the time of working, his job will be given to his son or any of the relation. That is called as a dependent source of recruitment. Next, previous applicants. The applicants who have already applied for any job advertised in the past, whose name appears in the database but not selected at that point of time, can be utilized. It is taking the persons in the data list and once again calling them for a job, that is previous applicants. Next, acquisition and merger. This is another way by which the organization acquires. Suppose an organization is acquiring another organization or merging another organization along with the existing organization, then those workers working in the another organization can be utilized for his own organization. That is called as a acquisition and a merger. So these are all the internal sources of recruitment. Let us see now the external sources of recruitment. This can be again classified into direct and indirect. Let us see now the direct sources. First one, advertisement. That is giving advertisement in the dailies, journals, magazine, etc. and thereby collecting the applications and then selecting the people. So the employer can advertise in dailies, journals, magazines, etc. about the vacancies in the organization, and they have to clearly specify what all the nature of work, the nature of vacancy, qualification and experience required, salary offered, mode of applying and the time limit within which the candidate has to apply. Next one, unsolicited applicants. That is, these are the applications of job seekers who voluntarily apply for the vacancies, not yet notified by the organization. That is, the organization will not call them, but they themselves voluntarily go and visit each and every organization and they will be submitting their resumes. If the organization needs, they can call them for an interview. Next, walk-in. Walk-in applicants with suitable qualification and requirement is another source of requirement. Next, campus recruitment. This is nothing but the organization visit each and every educational institutions to identify and recruit suitable needed candidates. Next, recruitment at factory gate. So this method is used for selecting the unskilled employees. Usually casual or temporary unskilled employees are recruited by this way. They are recruited at the factory gate and paid on hourly or daily basis. It's not a permanent job for them, temporary. Whichever day they are given employment, they have to work. Next, rival firms. This is also called poaching, where the efficient employees of rival companies, that is enemy companies, are drawn to the organizations by higher pay and benefits. Each and every organizations will have their own best persons, higher officials who are very loyal to the organization. What the enemy companies will do, they will go and call these persons to come to their own organization by giving them higher pay and benefits. Those people also, in order to get the money, they will be leaving the previous organization and come and join the new organization. Example, salesmen, chartered accountants, management professionals, etc. Last one, e-recruitment. The organizations which carry out recruitment on online method is said to be followed as e-recruitment. The advancement in technology and communication has made it possible to reach out prospective applicants globally online. It has become now the inevitable external source of recruitment. In recent days, almost all the recruitment is taking place mostly by means of a e-recruitment. Yes, next let us see the indirect external sources of recruitment. In that, the first one, employee referral, that is employee recommendation. The existing employees of the organization may recommend some of his relative or known people who will be suitable for the existing vacancies. So based on the credibility of the employee, the referrals will be considered. Really, if that person is suiting for that particular post, he will be selected. Next one, government, that is public employment exchanges. These are exchanges established by government which facilitates recruitment throughout the country, that is employment exchange. I hope you all know about this. It makes available the information required through the database both for the employer as well as the employee, that is the job seeker, and thereby it bridges the gap between them. Next one, private employment agencies. These are similar to public employment exchange except that the ownership here is not the government but the private parties. So it connects the job provider and the job seeker by providing the relevant and required information to both. Next, employment consultancies. These types of firms facilitate recruitment on behalf of client companies at cost. Usually they provide data relating to executives and top level personnel, for which service they charge consultation fees, also known as recruitment process outsourcing. That is, they will be giving the details of the job seeker as well as the employers, and they will be charging for it. So this fees is called as a recruitment process outsourcing. Next one, professional associations. Organizations seeking applicants of higher caliber and repute with technical knowledge will go and approach various professional associations like Institute of Chartered Accounts, Indian Medical Association, Institute of Training and Development, the Institute of Engineers, All India Management Association, etc., to identify the right person. They will go and search, they will go and hunt the best person. Next, deputation. A person who is already an employee of an organization can be deputed for a specific job for a specific period as a short time solution to some other department, to some other post. That is called as a deputation. Next, word of mouth. The information relating to job seekers is collected through people of repute who pass on the message about the vacancies to their known people. Just like that, they'll be casually telling, that is, I heard that there is a vacancy in such and such a organization. So job seekers will go and visit the organization in search of job. Next, labor contractors. Organizations recruit unskilled and manual laborers through these contractors. That is unskilled labor, that is laborers, low level laborers. Next, job portals. Using internet job portal, organizations can screen for the prospective candidates and fill up their vacancies. That is, using the internet job portal, organizations can screen for the best candidates and fill up their vacancies. So these are some of the indirect external sources. So far we have seen the sources of recruitment, direct and indirect. Indirect, that is internal as well as external. In external we have seen the direct as well as the indirect sources. See the recent trends in recruitment. The recent methods of recruiting by organization includes the two new methods, outsourcing and poaching. What is outsourcing? There are outsourcing firms that help in the process of recruiting through screening of applications and finding the right person for the job, for which job they are paid service charges. Next one, poaching. Organization instead of training and developing their own employees, hire employees of other competitive companies by paying them more, both financial and non-financial benefits. It is also called rating. See the recruitment process given in the chart there. So first one, requirement understanding. You should understand the need of the requirements, vacancies. Then give advertisement and select the source. Next the screening. Next validation, that is checking their accuracy. Next profile submission. Then call for an interview. Then selection and the next follow-up. Yes students, we have come to the conclusion of the lesson. So in this lesson we have seen new concept called recruitment. You have learnt about the meaning, definition and the method of recruiting process, the sources of recruitment, recruitment methods, direct method, indirect method, internal sources, external sources, and also the recent trend in the recruitments. I hope you have understood clearly. Thank you students.